Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Crimson Vow draft here on the channel. My name is Nikolai, and in this video, I will be going pick by pick and play by play through a Crimson Vow draft, talking through all of my decisions so you know what to do in your own Crimson Vow drafts. Before I dive in, I want to remind you that if you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more draft content, and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. Let's get started. Okay, so kicking things off, our rare is Lantern Flare, which is a pretty solid removal spell, especially if you can get a bunch of creatures going. We also have one of the best commons in Abrade, which I think is a little bit better than Lantern Flare just because you always know what you're getting, whereas Lantern Flare, if you're not playing a red-white deck, it's sometimes going to be pretty bad. And then there's like Skullscob. Sigardian Paladin has pretty powerful gold cards, but I don't want to start my draft with those, so I think I'm going to just take Abrade. Pretty solid start to a draft. After that, I would probably take the Lantern Flare, and then I think I would go into like Traveling Minister, then maybe Weaver, but maybe not Weaver. Maybe I would just go Traveling Minister and then Skullscob. I think the Skullscob is like more powerful than the Minister, but less flexible. And there's a Pack Song Pup in this pack, a card that has been impressive against me. There was also a wolf in our opening pack that we could wheel that curves perfectly into Pack Song Pup. There's also Bleed Dry in this pack and another Abrade. Given that we started with an Abrade, taking a second Abrade is just a pretty clear pick here. Gives us a lot of options and flexibility. Getting past Pack Song Pup is nice. If there wasn't an Abrade in this pack, I think I would take Pack Song Pup over Bleed Dry. But that's really close as well. Bleed Dry is probably a safer pick. There's a good number of black cards in this pack, but I just like taking a second Abrade because then I can go into green-red or black-red or really any other combination involving red with a pretty solid base. Okay. Runebound Wolf. Solid red uncommon. Just can do good stuff in green, red. There's also Gift of Fangs and Doom Dissenter if I wanted to go towards black-red, but there's also just some solid green cards, so I'm liking the option of just taking Runebound Wolf and potentially ending up in green-red. So that looks like what we're seeing other than red. He says as he then sees some good black cards. I mean, Undead Butler is much better in decks that care about sacrificing, so like exploit decks versus like red aggro decks, like red-black or red-white, or even like red-blue, and especially like red-green as well, because those don't really have a ton of exploit cards. Grizzly Ritual is much better for that sort of thing. It's like a curve topper that makes sure you then stop drawing lands. Rural Recruit is also a card that I've kind of wanted to try. So I think it's between Rural Recruit and Grizzly Ritual. This card is much cheaper. Can really go like start connecting pretty hard if I can clear the way with a removal spell. So I think I'm going to try that. I think it's close between that and Ritual. I think this card's the best card, but it does not play as well in red-black. And now there is a Belligerent Guest, another card that plays great if you can clear the way with removal. Cobbled Lancer's pretty good, but I'm not sure if I want to go that direction as well, just because you need like some ways to get your creatures to die. And I think I'd rather just stick to red here. Seeing some blues, still seeing some black cards, seeing a little bit of white. Let's check the Guest. There's Radiant Grace, Adamant Will, Evolving Wilds, and Stitched Assistant catching my eye. We have been seeing some amount of blue, but I think just taking an Evolving Wilds is the best here. There's nothing overwhelmingly powerful. And I do think that we'll get a lot of valuable information when we see what wheels. I like Massive Might. Second Evolving Wilds isn't the worst, but it's a lot worse than the first Evolving Wilds. Massive Might is just a good combat trick, though. It plays well with like my training guy, potentially. Red-black exploit maybe isn't a thing. I don't know. I feel like I want different cards if I'm playing red-black. Maybe Wanderlight Spirit's okay if I'm playing an aggressive deck. Let's just take Massive Might, though. Pretty nice card. We have 3 creatures, 3 non-creatures. Curve is looking solid. I'm liking this deck so far. And red-green is a great color combination in the set. Don't want Honored Heirloom. Keswick Flame Breather is just not a great card. Heron Blessed Geist is pretty bad in this situation. I'm just going to take Syncopate. We have been seeing some blue cards, and Syncopate's a pretty solid blue common. Just because you can... It's very flexible. Plays well with instant speed of braid stuff. Here's where we see what wheels. Interesting. We did not wheel the Snarling Wolf, the 1/1. Pointed Discussion's okay. Traveling Minister is pretty solid. Interesting. I think it's between the Pointed Discussion and the Traveling Minister. The Minister's pretty good. Wow, and now we see some black cards again. There's a Gluttonous Guest versus Cradle of Safety. Could just play a more mid-rangey black-red deck. Do I want the Estate or the Gift of Fangs? Probably just Gift of Fangs. Picking up just some mediocre cards for my black-red deck. Hoping not to play Vampire's Kiss. Hoping not to play Wedding Invitation, though it is playable. So green really dried up there at the end. Which maybe means green is going to be very open in pack 2 and we can capitalize. Or it means we're just supposed to avoid it and play for pack 3. In this pack, the best cards are all green. There is a Hungry Ridgewolf, but that card's not great outside of red-green. So I could just take a Wolfkin Outcast and then try to just get really deep into red-green this pack, hoping to get a lot of my green cards this pack, and then just go back to taking red cards pack 1. Red also kind of dried up in that pack as well. There's also the rare Dollhouse of Horrors, but that's really slow. Not really where I want to be right now. I'm going to take the Wolfkin Outcast. Try to get red-green going. Get another removal spell. Valorous Stance is okay. The rare is missing out of this pack, but that doesn't really tell us much. Falconwrath Celebrant, so maybe I can get that to wheel because it still might be underrated. Maybe we can just take the Mariner here. Alluring Suitor. Plays great with 2-drop into Alluring Suitor. There's also a Hookhand Mariner. I think I'll take the Suitor, though. Pretty powerful if I can enable it. Definitely gambling, taking a more aggressive line through pack 2. Trying to maximize some of my cards, like this Runebound Wolf. Another Runebound Wolf. Nice. We'll definitely take that. Get another 2-drop that plays well with not only our other Runebound Wolf, but also our Wolfkin Outcast. This card's not a very flexible card. It only works in red-green, so we prioritize that, and we have a few other wolves. So if we can get that down on turn 4, it can win us the game. There's also Belligerent Guest, which would be my easy second pick out of this pack. I'm liking the Runebound Wolf. Not a huge fan of that card. Toxic Scorpion's okay. Plays decently with the Belligerent Guest. Plays okay with Massive Might. Darren Epicure. There's also Apprentice Sharpshooter. I'll try the sharpshooter. I haven't gotten to try it yet. Boom. Getting the Hungry Ridge Wolf here is really good. If we wheel the other one, that would be fantastic. I don't think that's going to happen, but seeing this one, like the other Ridge Wolf is the very next pack, so maybe we'll get it. Boom, we got there. Also Weaver of Blossoms, but I'd much rather get a premium 2-drop for my deck. I now have 4 really good Wolf 2-drops, making the Wolfkin Outcast look a lot better. Anger is not particularly good. I think I'll take the Epic here. I want to try this card out. See how it performs. Maybe we can just play a light green splash. Another Vildarin Epic here. The damage can add up. Like, if this thing accounts for 4 damage, that would be way overperforming. If it accounts for 3, it's like, okay. We have a lot of playable cards here. Maybe Bramble Armor is okay if we're playing the Epicures. Gives us something to do with those things late game. Reclamation, unfortunately, not a good rare. Getting another Abrade is great, though. We could still transition back towards black. We didn't really get all of the green payoffs we were looking for, but we didn't pay a cost because the card we took this over wheeled in the Ridge Wolf. So we have a few green cards if we want to go that direction, but we also could just go like any direction if we got past something really good. Getting another Abrade here is a pretty flexible card for our deck. And another Abrade. Nice. We'll just keep taking the Abrade as long as they keep coming. We did, early on in the draft, take an Abrade over the Wolf. And so we know somebody else is going for the Wolves. They probably, if they were going super heavy in Wolves, they maybe went that card into Snarling Wolf. We'll just keep taking Abrades. Interesting. So how many non-creatures do we have? 8? How many of them are good? Most of them are good. Let's just assume we don't play those ones. So now we have 6. This card can do some really serious work, though. And it's a werewolf to help our Wolfkin Outcast. Damage can add up. I don't know if we want this card because it is a 7-drop in our aggro deck. Bloody Betrayal could be okay, but I think we're going to take the Lambholt. See how that does. Because if we do flip it, we could like pass the turn and then cast 2 Abrades and really do good work with that. Do I want Belligerent Guest or Spore Crawler? Spore Crawler is probably better. Just drawing a card straight up is really nice, even though this does have trample. This card's much worse. Yeah, Spore Crawler is probably better than Guest. Here, though, I do want the Hookhand Mariner more than the Spore Crawler because it can grow. It works with my other werewolves. Ancestral Anger. Don't really even want the first one of those. Wow, another Hookhand Mariner. I already have the first Evolving Wilds. After that, I don't prioritize it as much. Wow, this deck really came together. Get rid of the Ancestral Anger. Do I want Rural Recruit? Probably not, now that I have 4 good werewolves at the top end there. I could just cut the Voldaren Epicures, though, and just go more mid-rangey. I like the Belligerent Guest. Do I want the Sharpshooter? Sharpshooter seems okay. Maybe not great. Scorpion plays well with the guests. As do the Abrades. I'm definitely not playing Pyre Spawn. So keep in mind, I need to make 1 cut from this deck currently. You could also play Wedding Invitation, which isn't the best. Though it could give me a nice life total buffer. I'm not going to play that, so I'll just take the uncommon to build the collection. Like, if I play Wedding Invitation, it can do good work with the belligerent guests. How many wolves do I have? I have 4 wolves, 5 werewolves. Flourishing Hunter's a good card for the top end, I think. Since I'm not using the blood tokens, I think I cut the Voldaren Epicures. Wow, another Flourishing Hunter. My deck is just going to be mid-rangey, I think. And now I don't need the life gain from the Wedding Invitation. Scorpion still like plays decently with like my Death Touch guys and helps me survive to cast these. I'm more of a mid-range deck now with an aggressive tilt to it. I could take a Toxic Scorpion. Death Touch is still good for surviving early. I already have a lot of 3-drops. That could have been a mistake, though. I feel like I have enough 3-drops, though. So 17 lands here. Just looking at our power level. How many non-creatures do we have? We have 6 non-creatures. This does 1 every time we cast 1. I could see cutting this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-drops. Maybe one more card. I like having a combat trick. I like the Runebound Wolf. Wow, perfectly split on the colors. I think Rural Recruit could be the cut. I do want to try the card, but it doesn't seem like it does as much. It's a training card. We get 4/2 worth of stats, and then if it attacks, it can grow into 5/3 worth of stats. Do I want the Sharpshooter? Maybe. This card can help me survive. I like the 2 Flourishing Hunters at the top end. I like all the cheap wolves and werewolves. I think I like cutting this one, though, because it doesn't synergize with my deck particularly well. Doing even 2 extra damage if it flips doesn't seem particularly great. So maybe that's just wrong. Maybe I'd rather have it in the Rural Recruit, just to help the Wolfkin Outcast and my other wolf stuff. My Runebound Wolf. Maybe I cut Sharpshooter or something. I feel like this is going to be able to grow pretty sizable, though. Let's try it like this, I think, first. And then maybe cut the Sharpshooter later. But I also like having some reach. Could also cut Toxic Scorpion. But giving Death Touch like a 4/4 is pretty nice, because then they can't double block it very well. We'll see. This is going to do it for the first build, though. I will see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my content, my channel, at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special shout out to those at the credits level. It is thanks to Patreon support that I'm able to make as many videos as I do, so if you found my videos to be of some value, maybe they've helped you win a couple of extra games on the arena ladder, or maybe you've crushed your FNM because of some of my advice, and you want to help me continue making the videos, then Patreon is the best way to do so, and as my way of saying thank you, you even gain access to some pretty cool Patreon exclusive rewards, like access to my card-by-card grade spreadsheet, my tier list for Crimson Vow, which is an excellent bonus resource to help you crush your competition, especially early on in the format when a lot of people don't know how to evaluate the cards. But anyway, I do hope you are enjoying the video so far, regardless of whether or not you decide to become a patron. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We have a good hand here. Maybe a turn for Wolfkin Outcast. We'll exile that. Missing on something to do there was not great. This can't block, but we will be adding to the board pretty significantly. To pressure them, maybe. punished for using our flame-bound bolt or whatever. They could have a counterspell here, but I'm still just going to jam the Outcast, I think. We played this thing first because we wanted to make sure we got the discount if they did make a block like that. They have 4 cards in hand. If this thing is allowed to flip, this is going to be a really quick game. Okay, we have the egg. Egg can be a problem. Especially because if the egg does flip, it's a 4/4, so it can trade with our guys. Might just pass the turn and a braid on their turn to make sure our guys flip. Just brutal. Yeah. Gosh, if they hadn't killed that, that would have been such a good draw. But as it is, we're just toast. 6/5, so this thing still trades with it. Dang it. We are toast. We're finito. Missing my 3-drop. Just can't possibly win, I guess. I think I'm supposed to keep that hand. I think I had some pretty good stuff in it. I had the flame bolt. I had a 2-drop and my 4-drop guy. Just the egg is really a good card. This is a good hand. Once again on the draw, but we have 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. 5-drop, kind of. We could have braided that if we wanted to, but I don't think we do right now. I think our hand can really just kill creatures, do its thing. I don't care about that guy. Oh, ho, 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 nice. Wolf is good. That makes my 4-drop potentially better if it survives. Potentially not having double red, like go double a braid, is a little bit awkward. Wow, they're making it nighttime? Never mind, they are making it nighttime. Sure. This thing's pretty good if it flips. We'll just jam with this guy. We can double zap that thing if we need to. Keep flipping this guy. Makes him a kind of scary attacker. It stops him from using this ability. Huge problem here. Trample. If I kill it, they get it back. So this will flip it back to daytime. They're just going to bring their guy back, but I made a good play. Be a braid. Make him do it before they can make a wolf. Yep. Dang it. Oh. I don't know what I'm supposed to do differently. I feel like I have a pretty solid deck. I'm like curving out. They're just dumpstering. I have 4 copies of a braid. I guess I can't kill a 2/5. Gosh. What am I supposed to do differently? I guess I've been on the draw twice. Is it really that big of a difference? Maybe I would have won that game if I was on the play. Extra turn of hitting with my 5/4. Maybe just being on the draw is just like a massive disadvantage or something. Like solid hand. 4 drop, a couple big creatures. I think it's black green, eh? Start with the wolf because it can blank the Doom Dissenter. And let me cast this as cheap as possible. Wow, they missed a land drop. Wow, that's a good draw. I'm not going to attack into this because I really want to flip the suitor. We'll just play it slow. We could have like... Oh, we could have played Scorpion, made this Death Touch attacked, and then played this guy. That was bad. I was thinking that I wanted to save the mana to ramp out my Flourishing Hunter. I can do it like that. First time seeing the Ridge Wolf. Don't think there's really any sweepers they could have. Oh, I just flipped my own guy. What a fool. So I can deal 3 to them. We block here. And they take 4. I think I botched that by double spelling. I forgot I would flip it. Maybe I didn't. Yes, we got a win. I wonder if being on the draw is just really big deal in this format. Because you just get to, like, you're just super far behind. Like, I wonder what my win rate is on the play versus the draw. And maybe I'm just supposed to make my deck as aggro as possible and play like the 1/1s that just ping. But that just seems super useless, and my deck doesn't use the blood tokens for more than a rummage. Okay. We're on the draw again. Flourishing Hunter could be a good way to make a comeback. No 2-drop is rough, but we have to keep 4 lands, both our colors. Some ways to spend our mana. Belligerent Guest could potentially get us some blood tokens if we play that instead of this Boar Crawler. A white deck. White-blue. A Braid can be a good way to catch up. They want to hold up a counterspell, we're fine to get Belligerent Guest countered. We don't have a counterspell. That's annoying. Well, at least we still get to play our Hookhand Mariner. They missed a land drop. Oh my gosh. They could have kill an attacker, but we have to like chance that. Sure. Could have been Syncope, we would have been fine, so I'm okay with the way that exchange went. Just in case they drew the kill an attacker, we'll do this first. Can't be blocked. They have to kill the Rip Hook Raiders. I can just ping them to death. Got the win. So we're 2-2. Deck played out a lot better those last couple games. We just struggled against certain types of cards. So against a 5 toughness creature, we're going to struggle. Also, I feel like I'm not sure if I was on the draw every game, but I'm pretty sure I was. Maybe the first round I wasn't. But I feel like I've curved out a couple times, but it's way less effective on the draw. Huh. It doesn't feel like we've been getting wrecked by rares or anything this time around, though. That's good. Okay, on the play. Really solid hand. I wish I had a 2-drop to curve into the suitor, but we'll keep this. We have good odds of hitting our 3rd land. If we do hit our 3rd land, we can jam the suitor, get a real advantage going. Classic. That's unfortunate. We really need to draw a land this turn. Yes. Let's start with the suitor, because if we do get an attack in with him, it'd be really good. We can double spell. Oh, that's really good for us. So we have 3/3. Let's play the Sharpshooter. I want to see how that card performs if we can get it snowballing. Nice. You can zap that guy. Oh, and they're going for a combat trick. This is even better. That's the risk of a defensive combat trick. They might have had no other option. Oh no, not that guy again. This thing's pretty scary as a 3/6 for 3. Got the win. Wow, rattling off 3 wins in a row. Nice. Makes me feel a lot better about the deck. Maybe it was just variance, losing the first couple. I'm still thinking about... I mean... I think red, in particular, can't deal with a 5 toughness creature very well. And there's not that many of them running around. It's also kind of weak against a 4 toughness creature as well. There's so many braids and the flame bolt thing. I feel like I'm good against it. Okay, I'm gonna play again. Okay. I have a lot of 2-drops I could draw on the first draw step. I'm also fine just going like Suitor into Mariner. Okay, change of plan. I'm going to go Spore Crawler, because that can rumble with the Vampire Slayer a bit better. Three Hookhand Mariners in this hand. One cool thing I can do is I can go Suitor, attack with both, play another Hookhand Mariner, because the mana is just if 2 creatures attack. You get a double block off, I'll just replace it. If I do draw a removal spell, I'm in really good shape here. I think it's worth it to flip this thing into a Trampler. Get another 4/4 on the board. And now if they do double block, I can kill both thanks to the Deadly Dancer. Okay. Never mind. They're stuck on lands, potentially. Normally I try to make only like favorable trades in combat. Like, because if I just have as much like beef on the battlefield as possible, I can get through for more damage potentially. Here I'm fine being a little bit more aggressive. See, now we're getting really rewarded, because if they do go for a double block, we get to punish the heck out of them. Ooh, close, close. Got the win. Let's go. We're cruising. Maybe I was supposed to play it like and not let them get as much double blocks, because if I do a draw and a braid, all of their double blocks get so much worse, and I have a lot of braids. Or even the Might or my Death Touch Scorpion. So that could have been potentially too aggressive. But I really like getting, like, to flip my guy. Wow, just going from 0-2 to 4-2 just like that. Nice. This could be the draft that helps me cross the 4-3 threshold. The barrier. It's like the sound barrier. It takes a long time to break through. Kind of insane, but we could get there. I'm super excited now. This next game is a very important one. I have been unable to pass that 4-win barrier just through various circumstances. So let's win the die roll, get a good opening hand, and get it done. Let's go. The Ridge Wolves are coming. The Ridge Wolves are coming. I'm so excited to get a new mouse tomorrow as well. Give me a forest. Another land would be a really good draw. I'm not going to draw a land, though. Braid is a pretty fine alternative. Use my Massive Might while they're tapped out. We do get to draw an extra card, but I'm going to kill them before that matters, probably. And I have 2 Abrades, and a lot of the creatures don't survive Abrade. Old Rutstein. Okay, they created a treasure token. Never lucky. Came to rumble. Jeez Louise, they have a second Old Rutstein? Jeez Louise. No, the Sharpshooter. Playing a lot of 1/4s now. Old Rutstein's pretty good. We're going to be able to build up a massive army of Hookhand Mariners, hopefully. They might just miss on something to do. Gonna just get all my creatures deployed, and then eventually I'll draw another red source, and I'll be able to play Runebound Wolf and then Abrade. Sure. Pressure just continues to build on if they're gonna be able to stop me from flipping. Okay. So now they need to have a removal spell for my Runebound Wolf before I win. Or a way to gain life. Oh, are you kidding me? They have a way to kill it? No. Not cool, Brohim. They keep milling lands and drawing spells. The disaster scenario. Their mana base looks super sketchy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they milled Savior of Allenbeck. Oh my gosh. That is good for me. I did not notice that. Oh my gosh. You can do it, Runebound Wolf. No! Ah, the pain. Oh, gosh. So they have a few creatures that can block this. So it's going to get blocked by that. Or they can pump up. So they can block with this and this. Old Rutstein is trying to stop me from breaking through the 4-wind barrier. He's evil. Pure evil. Wow, they messed up. They don't have a second creature that can block. Oh, they got baited by the UI. They needed to pump their wolves. Let's go! UI wants me to win. Because it makes it look like this card has 4 power, even though it does. Let's go, we ranked up. Oh, I'll take it. I will take it. It was going to be a good attack regardless. I was going to draw 3 cards. Because they were going to have to trade with all my guys. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Huge. 5 wins. So good. New record. Feels good. Whew. That was tough. A real challenge. Opponent has some strong stances on religion. You're in silver. We're on the play, and we have 3 spells. It's a tough hand, though. This is not my best that my deck can muster. It's just mulliganing is really punishing. I can slow them down, do some stuff. That last game, those Ridge Wolves were huge. That's a good draw. Any creature would be pretty good in this hand. I'm not gonna kill that. I have pride. I feel like I never kill this card, and it never really does much. But sometimes I feel like maybe I'm just supposed to kill whatever 2-drop they play. I just feel like that's less true in this set, where there's just like, they could just play a 3-drop that like has to die or I lose the game. Okay, that's not quite that level, but still a card that I want to kill. I'll hold back. I don't want 1 spell to dumpster me. Sorry, I was fading off into thought. There was a thing where attacking with both. Huh. What does that mean? Sure strike? Could be sure strike. There's not a trample trick in red, and blue doesn't really have a combat trick. Oh. Serpentine ambush. I never play around this card because it's so bad, but I did consider double blocking, but it's worse because if they have sure strike, they kill my 4/1. My 4/4, I mean. Sure. Serpentine ambush. Trading with my spore crawler. Not really the best exchange. Oh, it's combat damage, so if they get it onto this, it doesn't do what they want. That'd be pretty cool if that was a combo you could assemble. Even though it would be really bad for me right here. Interesting. Okay, so they have a counterspell and a Wanderlight Spirit. They can't cast either. That's good to know. Oh, they can cast. Okay, so they're not going to cast that thing right now. So next turn I'll just use my Braid. So I'll do this. They have another bounce spell to bounce this thing, that's fine, but I'll be able to get some value out of this. They do go for a double block. And then if they put the Catgeist onto this thing, I can zap it with Braid. Which would actually be pretty good for me. Because, I don't know, they're spending a turn doing that. I get a little bit of a mini value play. I can even wait until their upkeep to cast it. Like, I'll hit them for 10 damage. If they miss a land, I even get to play this, but yeah. Oh, they play a creature, okay. Now I'm in a bit of a decision point. Do I kill the Wanderlight Spirit that can't block any of my stuff? Or do I just play Flourishing Hunter? I think I just play Flourishing Hunter. It's a lethal threat. I'm not at risk of dying. They're drawing one extra card here. Yeah, they're just dead. Nice. Oh my gosh. Now it's serious. Now I have my chance to get my first trophy of the format. My first 7-win run. Oh my gosh. From 0-2 to 7-2. Let's go, deck. I believe in you. Let's just win this die roll. Get it going. Oh my gosh. Let's go, 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 go. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We can do it. We can do it, deck. We're not going to change anything. This is the deck that got us here. This is the deck that's going to win us the championship. Oh, yes. Quick queue time. I was worried I was going to be like up against like LSV or something in the final round just randomly. And... Oh... Nope. Lost the die roll. Never lucky. Okay. Recalibrate. Refocus. My win rate just took like a 6% plunge, but it's okay. 6% of doing the calculations. I'm like Goodwill Hunting. Okay. That was a good draw. The Hookhand Mariner was a good draw. This is going to be a really good curve out if they don't interact with me. Oh, man. Green-white. A Braid is really good against green-white, I think. Sure. Oh, they don't have another creature? That's really good. Oh my goodness. Let's go. I could have gone for an attack, but I think this is way higher upside. Because then I get to go for an attack and use a Braid and play Hook and Mariner this turn. Eh. This card's kind of scary. You should have activated this, I think. I'm going to kill that. Because if they do want to go for like an attack with this thing, makes this thing have lifelink and trample, and I have a backup of Braid anyway. I just don't want to have to race them. I want to be able to attack them on my turn, not have to worry about it. Okay, that is really scary. Absolutely terrifying. Well, that's a problem. Punished. So this thing's going to put a counter on this. I can trade. This is 4, 7. Oh, this Dormant Grove is such a combo with this. I regret everything. If I could have just double braided that, I totally would have. I was trying to stop this from getting counters, and they played a way that can give it counters that I can't interact with. Maybe they don't want to put the counter on this. They probably want the 3/6, though, I have to assume. But if they do try to target the Minister, I can zap it. Oh my gosh. This could be lethal. Okay. Let's just focus up. So if I attack with everything, I can double pump and give trample. Or I can pump a Braid trample. So if I attack with everything, I don't think I can attack. I have to keep this guy back. Maybe I don't have to keep this guy back if I attack. This is for 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is a lethal attack, so I have to make some blocks then. go to 3. Yikes. At least this doesn't gain vigilance. Punished for attacking with the Death Toucher, though. Oh, it does gain vigilance because I'm terrible, and I forgot how this card worked. Oh, no. No, I choked it. Oh, gosh. No. I don't think I could have won anyway. I trade with my Death Toucher. I would have been at 5. They still have... No, I would have been able to win. Oh, gosh. What was I thinking? Obviously, they're going to block their 5/5 on my 4/4. Block. They can give this thing trample and lifelink by paying 3. We'll live at 1. Charge! Oh my gosh! Go, Rip Hook Raider! Go! 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 Yes! Oh my gosh! I thought I botched it with the Scorpion, but then we made the comeback. Oh my gosh! Alluring Suitor with the activated ability just killing it for me, and then finishing it in glorious fashion with a Rip Hook Raider. Me and my opponent both drew like 10 lands there, so I'm not even like... Oh my gosh. Let's go! Oh my gosh. Huge. I thought I just botched it completely, but oh my gosh. First trophy of the format from 0 wins and 2 losses to 7 wins. Let's go! That is an exciting finish. That was an insane final game. The conclusion of the century. The finale of champions. Oh my gosh. Let's go. I was really doubting the deck. I was like, man, this deck looks good to me. If this one can't win, what can? Got the wins. Feels great. Obviously constructed the deck perfectly based on the performance. That's not necessarily true, but I think I did. I think that all my cards are the best cards I have available here. 4 Abrades coming in clutch. The Ridge Wolves are great. Runebound Wolf did a lot of work. Toxic Scorpion clutched it at the end, even though I messed it up a little bit. The Crawler was good. The Sharpshooter was good the game we drew it. The Suitor was fantastic. Hookhand Mariner was great. Flourishing Hunter, we only cast like once. This card was okay when we cast it, but I think we lost the games we cast this just from poor fortune. But Massive Might was good, and Flame Blessed Bolt were also great. Oh my gosh. Yes! Woo! Feels great. If you were watching this on YouTube, the only place you could have watched it because I made it just for you. You can remember to hit that thumbs up button, the like button if you did enjoy the video and want to encourage me to make more. You can also subscribe to the channel for more draft content and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. If you do subscribe, you can even click the bell icon to get notified when I post future videos. And if you made it all the way till the end of this video, leave hashtag 0 to hero to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, because started off with 0 wins and then ended up with an insane finish to get the win with the Hookhand Mariner, the Rip Hook Raider being the hero we needed at the very end there. And yeah, 0 wins to 7 wins to get my first trophy of the format. Pretty spectacular stuff. I'm really excited about that. You can also, if you would like to support my content, want to help me continue making these videos, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas is the best place to do so. You can even gain access to my card-by-card grade spreadsheet, my tier list for Crimson Vow, which I do update with all of my thoughts on the card. So you can have an extra bonus resource to help you crush your draft. And you can also gain access to like drafts, community drafts that I play in and against the viewers. You can gain access to private rooms of the Discord, NicolaiBolas Discord server, and like being put in the credits and all sorts of cool stuff. I even have like a whole like mini video series. Not many, it's like over 30 videos that you gain access to when you can gain access to when you become a patron as well. So if you're interested in more content and more improvement stuff, check out the Patreon. It also helps me continue making all of these videos. So if you found these videos to be of some value and want to help me continue making them, Patreon's the best way to do so. But regardless of whether you decide to become a patron, I'm just glad that you made it all the way to the end of the video and that you enjoyed it and that hopefully you learned something as well. You can also find NicolaiBolas merchandise if you're interested in that. The link in the description down below. My articles, which are free to read, linked down below. The Discord server, which is free to join, linked down below. All sorts of cool stuff in the description, so check it out. That is going to do it for this draft video, though. I'm so pumped that we managed to get to maximum wins. Let's go. I'm super excited. I'm glad I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you next time.